Yeah, so this is our last day in Philly, and we want to do one more last, live feed for you. We're right here in front of the steps of the famous Rocky Steps right here. And this whole time in Philly has been awesome. It's been beautiful. Everybody that has converged right here in Philly for one common cause, and that's pretty much to, stop the corruption in politics, stop supporting these individuals that really do not have our best interests in mind. They want to win their way. They want to sustain their type of dominance and control over us. And everybody that's come here from all corners of the country, it's just been beautiful to see the harmony, the collectiveness, everybody just marching together and protesting together. It's been all love here in Philly. So, man, I can't say enough about this experience.
Yeah, word, man. And it wasn't so much about Bernie or Jill Stein. I mean, out here all week, it's been essentially about our corruptive politics, and not just the Democratic Party, but how the United States practices its politics here and across the globe. So it was kind of like an all-encompassing focus and not just about, Bernie or Jill Stein. And like Will said, there was people from all over. I mean, we ran into so many people that came here from all the way from California, Arizona, Texas, Missouri, Washington, Michigan. I mean, you name it, Connecticut. Some people came from New York, Chicago, Illinois.
Everywhere.
I can go down the list, but I mean, so many people came out, and it was pretty much everything we've been covering kind of just was crystallized all throughout the week. And I still haven't been able to sit back and reflect upon it yet. When we get home, we may be able to, but I'm still a bit heavy because it's been a lot to take in. Just talking to people into the wee hours of the morning.
That's right.
Just, I don't know, man. I can't even explain it in words, man, because it was just so it was so beautiful and so refreshing to see people with their hearts and their minds open, just come together and just be able to express themselves as a collective, whether we have the same views or not. It just seems like we were all on the same page. And I'm not going to assume anything about people who are supporting other candidates, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I don't think you would get that.
No.
I don't think you would get that, with the supporters of other candidates, or not even other candidates, because like I said, it's not even about a candidate. It's supporters of a platform, and this progressive platform that we support. It kind of invites, and it kind of is a vacuum for a certain type of person, and that's what we experienced this week. And I'm glad we were able to take y'all along for the ride. I don't know when we're going to be able to do this again, but this is an election cycle, so we couldn't miss it. But go ahead, man.
Not only, like you said, all the people that came across here and that we ran into and we talked to the wee hours of the morning, but the intellect, the knowledge of these people that we came across. I mean, they have just as much or more knowledge than we do. We just put it together into a platform to where we're able to, share our ideas with everybody that's watching. But it's truly it's a great thing. It's to see so many people that are informing themselves of what's actually going on in this world and in this nation. My gosh, and what I want to do too is again thank everybody that helped this happen. Whether you contributed to the GoFundMe account, or you shared the link to it, or you just watch our videos and comment. Whatever you do to help this page be successful, this channel be successful, and keep it growing. Man, heartfelt thank you so much. We feel like we're in this with you too. Everybody's fighting for the same thing, and that's why so many people came out here. You know, like you said, it's not just about Bernie. It's not about Jill. You know, because it was never like Bernie or bust. You know, they always confused it with, you know, if it's not Bernie, then we're just gonna just stay home and we're not gonna do anything. We're just gonna be just outside of the political system forever because it doesn't work. And that's not it. What it means is that we are very politically active, and we will remain politically active. Bernie Sanders was not the Messiah. The mission was always truly important. The political revolution was always the most important thing, and Bernie Sanders was just that representative figure that propelled the movement. You know, we all know it started with, like, you know, the Occupy movement. And it just...
Spring.
Exactly.
And it's funny what you say. It's like, it wasn't just about a particular candidate, and that was shown throughout the week because it was people networking, they were having forums, people exchanging information. There were people actually trying to, like, engage in the political process. So this whole idea of Bernie or bust being, if it's not Bernie, then we're sitting out. That, if you were here, and that jump was straight laid to rest. Because nobody said that. People were networking, trying to, you know, form alliances. You know what I'm saying, to strengthen this platform. And that jump was, that jump, like, it just inspired me, and it kind of strengthens me to keep on moving forward. There's so many people out there doing so much, and they not even making no money off of it, man. It's just crazy.
This is a collective effort from everybody involved. And like you said, you know, it's all about networking. You know, everybody's asking each other. People would come up to us and be like, okay, what's the next steps? You know, what are we going to do? And, you know, how do we get more organized? How do we actually embark this change? You know, how do we get there? You know, and I don't know that there's a solid path like here. But we do need to get more organized. We do need to always connect with each other. And these progressive platforms that are on YouTube and Facebook, you know, we talk through Twitter as well, too. We need to share ideas with each other, and we always need to come together with these ideas, because if we don't do that, I mean, the establishment media, the establishment politicians, they have a beautiful thing going. They have a beautiful system that they've rigged almost perfectly. And we're going to win, but it's going to take a concerted effort, an organized effort for us all to get together and overcome that system. And we're going to do it.
Yeah, because, like, I guess information and news that comes from those sources is actually very limited. There's a guise that it's, like, very vast when it's not. It's just the same messages coming from the same people, just in different parts. And all we have to do is drown that out. And that's why all the progressive voices that actually inspired us were here too. I mean, it was Debbie, same progressive. Well, many people know her as same progressive, but Debbie, Benjamin Dixon, Tim Black, Lee Camp, a guy named Jay, Nico, Yane,
Jimmy Dore.
I mean, the list goes on. I don't want to forget anybody, but I mean, we heard, you know, speeches from Jill Stein, Cornel West. I mean, even the guy that we did an interview, Victor Tiffany. That dude was raw too, man. He had a good speech. Immortal Technique. We saw a performance from him. But I mean,
and Ultimate Rage had a magnificent, magnificent
man,
performance.
He was hyping the crowd up, man.
It was. I mean, like I said, man, it wasn't rowdy.
I don't want to forget Core Element too, man.
It wasn't rowdy. It was beautiful. It was harmony. It was love. You know, a lot of people were camping out at the park. A lot of people were camping out at the park, you know, throughout this whole week. And they were telling us, man, they didn't want for anything because all the other people,
volunteers,
all the other people, feeding them, giving them whatever they needed, because we are all in this together, you know? And, you know, that
oh, no, we're not singing that.
That was one of the...
I'm no, dog.
That was one of the marches. We all in this together.
I'm like, oh, Lord.
It kind of got redundant. Little bit.
Stayed in your head, I was going to bed, and I was like, I can't get it out of my head.
I mean, that was one of the main marches that we kept
Sounds like the
hearing
peace
from time
march.
to time.
The peace
time.
marchers came
Yeah,
up with that.
but it was good to see that type of energy. There were a lot of marches. It was just like I said. It was to see all these people here in Philly for one common cause, and for the corporate media to not cover it and to kind of portray this image of unity because of what was going on inside that convention center, when they didn't even show us what was happening in the convention center with the Bernie delegates and shutting out their voices, darkening their sections, having white noise, try to blare them out. I mean,
See, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why try to hide that?
Yeah.
They want to give this impression that Hillary Clinton is essentially liked and admired by the entire party.
Yeah.
Why do they have to keep on trying to present that falsehood? Why? Oh yeah, quick shout out to Bernie's Avengers and Black Men for Bernie. I don't want to forget them.
Yeah.
And with brand new Congress.
Hell yeah. So, this is our last, like I said, this is our last stop in Philly. We wanted to come out here. We've never been to Philly before. We definitely never been to these the Rocky Steps. But it's a beautiful city. Traffic is absolutely crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. But you were talking about the architecture here.
Oh yeah,
it's
man.
just beautiful.
The architectural iconography is so stunning, man. This city has so much history, and you could just feel it just being here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what were you talking about? The progressive started here or something like that?
Yeah. Apparently, progressivism started here, man. But I don't know. I just don't even know what to say, man. It's gonna be sad to drive away from this place, man.
Yeah.
But really, man, like I said, the work continues. We're not really driving away from anything.
Exactly.
We're actually driving to somewhere. Even though we're going back home, this work is going to continue. We got new connects, new friends, new networks, and this it seems as if this whole ball is just continuing to roll. This week was just kind of a snowball effect for what we're already doing.
Which is interesting because what the establishment media and the establishment Democrats, Hillary Clinton campaign, what they wanted to do was suppress this, Bernie or Bust movement. We wanted to suppress the political revolution. And in essence, their attempt to do that made it grow even more. So all these arbitrary numbers, like they give us 85, 90, 95% of Bernie Sanders supporters already are going to support Hillary Clinton. And what did Chuck Schumer say? Like 75% of those supporters are going to work towards getting Hillary Clinton. That couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. We've seen that right here. This political revolution continues. And like I said, by them trying to put a knee in our neck, it encourages us to fight even harder. We will not be stopped. We're not going to be fear-mongered into voting for Hillary Clinton to stop Donald Trump. What we're going to be feared into is not voting for corruption or fascism, supposed fascism, or anything like that. We're going to vote for something positive,
Exactly, because essentially that's the kind of trick they tried to play. Because if you can't, make it about the candidate and their platform, because what was her main campaign slogan? I'm with her. Yeah. It's not even about her. What about your platform? What's your platform slogan?
Well, now it's stronger together.
Boo, but we're not together.
Yeah, that's a falsehood.
But it was stronger together. It wasn't stronger together 8 months ago.
No.
And also, what's the other kind of it's like a sub campaign platform, and that's Stop Trump. So it's either about her or it's deflecting to someone else.
Right.
And that's not a good motivator.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
We need we need something positive to vote for. So if your only strategy is to fear us into voting for you because somebody is supposedly the boogeyman and worse than you, well, no, we just won't do that. We choose to vote for something that's going to make us as a people better, something that's going to make our nation and our world better. Let's fight climate change. Let's make sure everybody has health care. Let's make sure kids that go to school don't have to get into extraordinary debt, and then that kind of I guess suppresses what they can do in the future after school.
Living wage.
Living wage.
Prison industrial complex.
let's fight towards something positive.
Something. It's like,
You know?
like we need to, I guess, advance a certain type of politics that causes a minimal amount of harm, if not no harm. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we just don't seem like to even care about like people in this country and abroad. We just don't. I mean, there's an illusion that we do, and I think individuals do.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about the people. I'm talking about the politics we practice, and I think people have failed to compartmentalize the two because they say we're good people.
Yeah.
American people are great and we're good. I'm like, we're not talking about the people.
Right.
We're not talking about the people. We're talking about this United States kind of corporatocracy.
Yeah.
And how it pretty much depletes the world of its life force. And it's, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all feel that, and we can like ignore that and just cover it up with just interpersonal love and interpersonal connections, but it's bigger than that. So it's not about Americans as individuals or as people. It's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
It's the whole world.
It's the whole world.
And we have to, like, you know, we were talking to this guy from, well, not from, but he stayed in New Zealand for about 6 years. We were talking to him last night at the FDR park, and he was talking about how there, you know, there is a parliamentary system. So there's, you know, like 8 different type of parties. So you have a lot of people different running. So you have a lot of different options. And, you know, it's just so funny that, you know, I think we've probably said it in a video before, but, you know, with capitalism, that breeds or is supposed to breed competition, right? But they don't want competition in politics, you know, because so on the left side, all you have is a monopoly. You have one choice, the damn Democrats. If you're on the right side, you have one damn choice, the damn Republicans.
Patriots and the Giants in the Super Bowl every single year. That's all we're going to get.
That doesn't make any sense. What we need, I mean, can we at least get, please, can we at least get 3 major parties? But they don't want that. And our system is not set up for that, because if we do have 3 or 4 or so major parties, we would have to kill the Electoral College, because it would make it so that it would be more likely that nobody hits that magical number of 270 electoral votes. So they don't want that. This whole system was designed to have 2 parties, and when you only have 2 parties, it breeds corruption, because you only have one choice.
Well, you remember what Debbie Wasserman Schultz said on CNN about grassroots challengers.
The superdelegates were made to what?
Suppress grassroots candidates.
And she said this on air.
Television.
Yeah.
So it's not like this stuff is hidden from us. They say it right in front of our faces.
Yeah.
And it's like they're actually insulting the intelligence of the American people. You have to see it for what it is.
Right. But, you know, and we were having this conversation. A lot of people, you know, we need to increase voter turnout, but the common philosophy with so many Americans is that, you know, politics is corruption. Politicians are corrupt. So a lot of people are either uninterested or just like fed up with the whole process, and like, you know what, no matter what I do, I'm only one vote. It's not really going to count anyways. So, you know, either they're totally withdrawn, or they just pick up on the tidbits of information that CNN or MSNBC or Fox News even will give you. Maybe you'll have that app on your phone and it'll give you a headline and, oh, okay, well, this is how I'm supposed to think, so that's what I'm going to think. And when it comes to election day, you know, they're telling me that this guy is, or this woman is, you know, closer to my beliefs, so I guess I'll go ahead and vote for them, you know, and that doesn't fight the system. And I will keep saying it. If we do not fight the people that's supposedly on our side, on the left side, if we don't fight against them jokers, are we
to uphold the correct platform? Right. And if we don't do that, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah. They're not going to be held responsible. They're just going to keep the racketeering going. Right. Like, what do you expect if they're not held responsible? It's pretty simple. But like you were talking about what we see on CNN and what we see on MSNBC and expecting them to give you the full picture. Yeah. We saw a commercial where you can take tours of CNN. Right. Remember that commercial we saw? And like the way that it was being presented, it felt like it was like one of those attractions at Universal Studios.
An amusement park.
An amusement park. And I was like, that just kind of like solidified it right there. That's what they are there for. Yeah. They are an amusement park. They're an attraction. They're a ride.
They're all entertainment.
Come to a tour on CNN. Yeah. We'll show you the escalator.
Yeah, this like the biggest escalator or something like that.
Escalator and all this stuff. I'm like, you sound like you're talking about Disney World.
And see, Fox News was supposed to be like, faux news, and it's not really news; it's entertainment. All these other channels, all these other networks are entertainment too. And I want to talk about the Hillary supporter that we just ran into. So we were
at Liberty Hall.
Yeah, we were at Liberty Hall doing an interview, and we ran into these two women, and I don't know if the other woman was what one was a Hillary supporter, and I was talking to her. She was asking about our channel and stuff like that, and she was asking me, are you going to support Hillary? Are you going to go over to the other side? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And she was like, really? You going to let Donald Trump win? I was like, oh, gosh, man. So then we just started going more and more about why I don't support her. And I could have gone a few different directions, of course. But where I first went to, or maybe second or third, but I mentioned the Hillary Victory Fund, and we did a report about that, about the money laundering and the collusion between the DNC and the different state Democratic parties and the Hillary campaign, and how they all colluded together to raise money for supposedly down ballot people running for re-election, stuff like that.
Basically injecting like steroids into the Clinton campaign.
Right. But yeah, exactly. All the money went to the Clinton campaign.
Oh, no. Bernie could have participated too, remember?
He could have.
He could have participated. Yeah. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, like put it out there to him.
If he was corrupt, he could have. It was available to him.
It was available.
But I guess he had like that thing called principles.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. He had class.
Yeah. So anyway, so I mentioned that, and she was like, "Oh, hold up, no, let me stop you right there, because that was legal, right?" And I never said it was illegal. It's technically legal, but it is definitely money laundering. So I was telling her about this, and she was like, "No, that was fine, because see, and I know about finance, and I was actually there. I brought up the George Clooney dinner where people were able to give, I think it was $353,400, I think, in a single donation. Two people, a couple could donate that much. And I was bringing that up, and she was like, "Oh, no, that's no problem, because that was because Hillary Clinton was the presumptive nominee at the time. And so you can do that when you're the presumptive nominee. It happened with Obama. But that's not true. That's not even true. See, the dinner happened when?
Like in March or April?
Yes, it happened months ago. She wasn't declared. She wasn't
early in the primary.
Yeah, there were still primaries left. A lot of primaries left. She wasn't declared by the AP the presumptive nominee until
California.
A day or two before California, or something like that.
I think Oregon was voting too.
Yeah. Something like that, right? And of course it was to suppress the turnout in California and be like, well, it's all over, so why do I have to go vote? That's what they did. But that wasn't until the very end. That wasn't until June. So that was wrong. But that's fascinating that a Hillary Clinton supporter, she didn't think that she was corrupt. And she really thought that this Hillary Clinton fund, or this Hillary Victory Fund, was on the up and up.
To begin once Hillary secured the nomination.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She didn't secure it.
Which happened when she went up against Barack Obama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not what happened this time.
Right. And I'm not like, I wasn't berating this woman or getting angry with her, and I'm not doing that now. Even if she's watching, we told her about the platform. What I'm just saying is that I think the media is responsible for this type of stuff. They say pretty much like, there's no smoke, there's no fire, there's nothing to see here. And I think that leads people to really think like, well, she really is all right.
Yeah, where are they getting it from? Are they just making it up in their head? No, they're not.
They can't
be.
See, we did our research, and it really wasn't that hard to do the research. You just go online, you watch a few stuff, and
then after we did the research and presented the story about it, months later, Debbie Wasserman Schultz gets on the news, gets on TV, and through the media, pretty much admitted what we had already known. You know what I'm saying? And so when you talk to these people,
Yeah.
you can tell it's not that they're dumb.
No.
It's not that they're bad people.
No.
It's not that they're like, out to, I guess, demonize anyone.
Right. Like they're actually
They're
corrupt,
actually
or they
corrupt.
want to support corruption. I just don't think they
yeah.
really know any. Like they don't know.
And that's the thing. It's what did Bernie Sanders call it? Legalized corruption. And I think that's the thing. I think because it's legal and because the media says it's okay and there's nothing wrong with it, you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to see. There's nothing to see. Just like you said, there's smoke, but there's no fire.
No fire.
That's just.
It's not even smoke.
Oh yeah, damn.
It's not even smoke. And like I said, I mean, I welcome these conversations with Hillary supporters because I don't think they're getting the information. Because if you do just pay attention to the corporate media outlets, man, you are missing a huge piece of the puzzle that could help shape your opinion about what is really going on. So I mean, like I said, that's our job. That's our job to get more people that aren't involved in the political process and that are involved in the political process. We need to get them some more information, maybe open their eyes a little bit, because like I said, there's a huge piece of the puzzle that they're not getting and that they're not seeking out. So hopefully we can, increase the audience here, us and other media platforms that are interested in objective journalism and the truth and, just putting it out there. Hopefully we can really make some waves across this country and increase voter turnout, increase the awareness of people about what is really going on in this country and in this world, because it is a mess and it is up to us. That's the new hashtag, that we just seen just a few days ago with Jill Stein. It's up to us. It is up to us. We have to do it. This is our revolution, and it all starts with us, and it's going to end with us. So
From the bottom up.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's it. We've said it's been a lovely time here. We've enjoyed it. It's been some long, long days, a lot of walking. These feet need to rest for about a week. But I loved it. I loved it.
We put a lot of miles on these feet, man.
Oh my gosh, man, walking everywhere. But we loved every single minute of it. We loved all the connections, all the new friends we made, all the new networking opportunities and stuff like that. Absolutely loved it, and we love that we could take you along with us. Again, thank you for all your help and for watching us and supporting us all through the way.
Philly out.
Philly out. Let the madness begin.